Call to order the Public Improvement Commission, Thursday, September 17th, 2015. Public hearing continued, item number 1, on a petition by R.G. Vanderweil Engineers LLP for the making of specific repairs within Summer Street, South Boston, located on its northeasterly side between addresses 266 and 274 Summer Street, and consisting of new private telecommunication conduit beneath the sidewalk. New business, April 30th, 2015. Public hearing, May 14th, 2015. Public hearing continued, June 11th, 2015. As shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Specific Repairs Plan, Private Telecom Conduit, 266-274 Summer Street, South Boston, one sheet dated December 2014. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. My name is John Schmidt with Niche Engineering, and with me is Eric Carlson from Vanderweil. As you may recall, we were here in June, and our request is to install a private conduit to connect two buildings. The conduit was proposed to be in the sidewalk. At the request of this commission, we have reached out to Verizon to see if they have adequate spare conduit. That discussion is continuing, and we don't have any feedback from Verizon at this time if that's something they can do, that they'll be able to provide us. So we're asking for another continuance until December 3rd, and hopefully within the 2 months we'll have some clear direction from them whether this is feasible or not.
December 3rd.
This is December 3rd, yes.
John, since this is a private matter between two entities, we cannot truly get into it, but do you feel that your conversations are fruitful, or whether they are just going in circles?
From what I understand, Eric has been having those conversations with Verizon, and they haven't revealed much of anything.
But there's some hope for...
We have reached out to Verizon. We've filled out the forms that they've asked for. I'm waiting for their response.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Gentlemen.
I'll entertain a motion to continue until December 3rd.
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen.
John, thank you.
Public hearing, item number 1, on a petition by Crown Castle NG East LLC for a grant of location with lead company status and no participants to install telecommunication conduit within the following public ways in Charlestown. New business, September 3rd, 2015. Bunker Hill Street between Vine Street and a point approximately 150 feet southeast of Ferrin Street. Vine Street between Bunker Hill Street and a point approximately 50 feet southeast of Moulton Street, as shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Grant of Location, Crown Castle, Bunker Hill Street, Charlestown, 2 sheets dated August 2015. Morning, Rick.
Good morning. My name is Richard Shepard. I'm a project manager for Crown Castle. We're here today to petition for a grant of location of communication conduit and aerial on Bunker Hill. As the commission is aware, Crown Castle is presently in the process of increasing its coverage in Charlestown. We're installing 12 new DAS antennas. The feed to this particular antenna, which is called number 101, was intended to use entirely Verizon conduit. Unfortunately, they didn't have the full run, so we had to augment the Verizon lease with a dig, and that's what we're proposing today, from a Verizon manhole on Bunker Hill to a pole on Vine Street, and then feeding aerial over to the node.
Maybe the condition of those streets, are they paved recently, or... Because I think the city may have invested some monies in the Charlestown area.
I think that these guys are trying to get in front of us.
Oh,
Yeah, Bunker Hill is currently on the 2016 program.
same home. Thank you so much.
Very good. Any members of the audience have any questions or comments? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the petition by Crown Castle NG East LLC for grant of location, the lead company status, and no participants on Bunker Hill Street and Vine Street in Charlestown, as described and read into the record by the chair, and shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, grant of location for Crown Castle on Bunker Hill Street in Charlestown. The 2 sheets are dated August 2015.
I'll second it. All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Thank you, Richard. Public hearing, item number 2, on a petition by Foodies Market for the granting of a sidewalk cafe license for seasonal outdoor seating within West Broadway, South Boston, located on its northeasterly side, generally southeast of C Street, and consisting of seating for 15 persons and approximately 87 square feet within the public way. New business, September 3rd, 2015, as shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, License Plan, Outdoor Seating, 230 West Broadway, South Boston, one sheet dated August 10th, 2015. Good morning.
Good morning. Randy Lathrop from RG Lathrop Consulting.
Victor Leon, I'm the owner of Foodies Market.
Hi, and I'm Hillary Holmes, civil engineer with Howard Stein Hudson. So we are petitioning for outdoor seating at the Foodies Market at 230 West Broadway. Currently, the store has frontage on West Broadway, and their main entry is also on the sidewalk of West Broadway, and we're proposing seating that would abut the building in the sidewalk. Currently, we show one table on the west side of the entrance, and then 3 tables on the east side of the entrance. The tables would allow for a clear path of 5 feet on the sidewalk. We're also proposing a trash and recycling receptacle.
Thank you.
Yes. So the seating is open to the public. It's intended also for customers of the grocery store, Foodies Market. So if they come in, get food from the deli or prepared food section, they can come out and sit at the tables and eat. Because it's open to the public, there's no barrier proposed for the seating. At the new business hearing 2 weeks ago, we are also asked what the pedestrian level of service is for the sidewalk. So we conducted a pedestrian level of service analysis, and it was determined that the square footage per pedestrian results in the best level of service for the sidewalk section where the proposed seating is going to be located.
Amy, do you have any pictures of the area in file?
I don't know that I have any in file, but we've been out to look at it
And it is,
yep.
there are no trees or anything that would compromise the,
Well, the trees are there, but they're shown, they're
But the
as shown,
zones are-
yep, and the 5-foot clear is there.
And I see that the plans have been revised per Commissioner Moshe's
Yes, yes, they have been.
notification at new business. Okay, do any members of the audience have any questions or comments at this time? Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the petition by Foodies Market for granting of a sidewalk cafe license for seasonal outdoor seating in West Broadway and South Boston. It's described and read into the record by the chair, and shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, a license plan for outdoor seating at 230 West Broadway in South Boston, dated August 10th, 2015.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
First item of new business, Winthrop Street, Hyde Park, street name change on a petition by the abutters.
do you see them here, Amy?
I do not, well,
Can we-
yes, absolutely. Typically, this has been, there's one abutter. There's 2 abutters, one of them is the city of Boston. That one, we have a formal vote from that one abutter, so the vote has carried on the abutters, so it's just up to the PIC to confirm or deny that vote.
Do we know whether someone is coming for this petition today? Should the commission, should the chair wait until,
We believe that they were coming, but they do not
okay,
appear to be.
so
We'll move it down, we'll move it down the agenda.
Okay, but
Okay.
or we can just vote.
What's the name, what's going on with this?
It's going to Irene Lowney Lane.
From Winthrop Street?
Yeah. And so there's 2 abutters. One's the city of Boston, one is the.
Is that the library?
It's right, you've got the
Are you-
assessing.
Excuse me, are you here for the Winthrop Street, sir? Yes, we are. Oh, okay, come on up, sorry.
Oh,
Good morning.
Morning. I'm Attorney Tim Lowry for the Lowry, so.
Okay, just want to present the material to us. Amy Cording from PIC gave us a brief overview of what's going on, but just describe where Winthrop Street is situated in the city of Boston and how many abutters there are and just the process by which you came to this new business today, and we'll if
Oh, certainly. Yes, Winthrop Street, the portion of Winthrop Street that we're, if I can hand these up for you.
They have them.
This might be, we have a photograph in here as well, so it might be helpful.
Yep.
But the portion of Winthrop Street that we're talking about is about 125 feet long. It ends there with the municipal parking lot. On the side there is our building, the Lowney Medical Building, which has been there for over 40 years. That's the only portion that we're seeking to name change. There are no other abutters other than the city of Boston with a municipal parking lot. We do have a couple of other letters in the material. We have, Councilor Murphy, Councilor Wu, McCarthy, of course, and then Scott Beatty with the president of the Hyde Park Board of Trade. And we also have a copy of the description, which you already would have received and read regarding Mrs. Irene Lowney and her contributions over the last 40 years to Hyde Park, starting the medical building there, bringing medical care to the community. Very popular, renowned businesswoman in that community, very well known by everybody in the community. She did recently pass away suddenly in May, and again, there were a couple of thousand people that came to her funeral, and this is just a very small area of the Hyde Park. It'd be great to name a street after a strong woman in the community that's been there for a lengthy period of time, and we're hopeful that you'll consider that.
Amy, Winthrop Street, in our street layout book, the total limits of the street is just this bit?
Correct.
Because,
No, yeah, so.
no, because past the parking
Right,
lot
so
towards the,
it stays Winthrop Street, yes.
past the parking lot
Out to
near
river.
the
Right.
library?
Yep.
Yes.
So like, if you go, there's this stub end, and then across the street, Winthrop Street would continue.
Properly, right?
Right.
Properly, fine.
Yeah.
So our,
On the other side of Hyde Park Ave.
the building which you own, sir, are there many tenants? How would you describe, because I know the RCN is a tenant over there, there's some,
Sure.
most of others, so.
The address of our building is Hyde Park Avenue, 1234 Hyde Park Ave. Yeah.
Nobody has,
Perfect.
this section of Winthrop Street, nobody's address.
No one enters.
Great, yeah. So I'm very excited about this. I think this is a great idea. We will see you in 3 weeks for a public hearing.
That would be great, thank you.
Okay?
No, this is a public hearing.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's new business.
No, new business.
If we have a vote. All right, sorry,
No, Amy.
Yeah.
sorry.
Can I, is it okay if I hand these up anyway? There's an extra lettering that you might not have received from the Board of Trade.
They'll have them at the new business hearing.
Okay, great.
Is there
Yeah.
anything we should have prepared for the next hearing to prevent us having any?
No, it's the same process. It's a little more formal where we take a vote.
The person who you are honoring is, so you are representing that lady?
Yes.
Okay.
Myself, my brother, there's a lot of siblings.
We have,
Yes, so we have things from 3 city councilors, a state rep, and the Hyde Park Neighborhood Association.
what's the
For the trade,
linkage
yes.
between the person who passed away and you, sir?
Oh, she's our mother. This is Irene.
So my
Kim.
apologies for asking such an insensitive question. Sorry. Thank you.
And I work in the building as well.
I do as well.
And I go to Ron's all the time.
Thank you.
Right. It's right there, right across the street, right?
Yes.
Yes. All right, great. We'll see you in 3 weeks for a public hearing.
It'll actually help eliminate confusion as well, because there's this little segment of
Right.
Winthrop, and people are getting lost, like saying,
They
wait,
get
this
they
brings
get
me to a
stuck on the
parking lot.
stuff.
Yeah.
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 Yep. No, it's a great idea. I
you
appreciate you
so
coming in
much.
here today. We'll see you in 3 weeks.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you very much. Yep. Second item of new business,
3 weeks.
100 Pier 4 Boulevard, Seaport Boulevard, South Boston. Specific repairs on a joint petition by Pier 4 Associates 2 LLC
Thanksgiving.
and Pier 4 LLC.
Hello, my name is David Linhart.
Morning, David.
Good morning. Good morning, Commissioners. With Coulson Stores, counsel to one of the co-petitioners, Pier 4 Associates 2 LLC, and also on behalf of the other co-petitioner, Pier 4 LLC. And I'm here with Nate Cheel, our engineer from Tetra Tech, who will describe the specific repairs that we're bringing forward today. And we're here to follow up to having appeared in October. And at that time, in connection with the Pier 4 development South Boston waterfront, we had submitted for approval and received approval on certain specific repairs that related to the roadway network in the vicinity of Pier 4. It related to Northern Avenue and to Seaport Boulevard. And we had, at that time, described those specific repairs as a temporary or interim condition to allow Phase 1 of Pier 4 to open. And we also noted that that as part of a larger coordination effort, the roadway network would eventually involve realigning Northern Avenue, and that we'd come back to replace the temporary with a final condition that would accommodate the new alignment of Northern Avenue, including a connector road, Pier 4 Boulevard, between Northern Avenue and Seaport Boulevard. And so now the time's come for us, as part of that larger coordination effort, for us to do our part for Pier 4 to replace our temporary specific repairs with a final condition for those specific repairs. And Nate Chill will present that work.
Thank you. Nate Chill with Tetra Tech. The specific repairs that are proposed involve a couple items. First, we need to remove the temporary bump out that David was describing. That formerly channeled traffic on the Northern Ave. We'll remove the bump out, and we set a curb in place as part of the petition that was before you last year, so that curb is in now. Simply peel the bump out. We also need to remove about 100 feet of a median island that was part of Northern Ave. We're going to set a new curb line along the west side of the road. That curb line will allow 3 lanes of traffic, basically a north and south, and then left turn pockets. We've provided dimensions for bike lanes on each side of the road, and on the Phase 1 east side, we've also allowed for an 8-foot wide parking aisle. We've coordinated with the designers for Northern Ave, the abutting developers, to meet both the curb line that they're proposing as well as the grades. We'll need to relocate a couple catch basins to accommodate the grades that they're looking for. And finally, the last piece is we're providing a temporary 6-foot wide asphalt sidewalk on the west side of Pier 4 Boulevard.
The layout's fine, so the construction's contingent upon all the utilities being moved?
Yes, I should have mentioned that we are working with the 2 other developers to relocate and connect utilities. The 30-inch water line I saw was under construction this past week. So all those utility connections, water, sewer, electric, gas, telephone, those are all being coordinated as part of this project between the 3 developers.
Very good.
Amy, sir, if you could be ever so kind on Seaport Boulevard, Pier 4 Boulevard, to distinguish between the property line you have and the city sidewalk.
So along, pardon me, which side are you looking for? The west side? The west side? The city property line runs west.
My apologies, on the east side.
Oh, east side. The city property line runs along the edge of what is a sidewalk. We had previously come in and a few years back and worked with the city to grant an easement to the PIC for pedestrians along that side.
Okay. So maybe these, for the public hearing, make sure that the easement is shown on these plans. Okay. Thank you. Just show the easements, because since that action was taken in years past, unless it is all, it is there.
It's on, maybe it's just not, it needs to come a little forward for you. Okay.
Will 3 weeks be enough time, Dave?
It will be enough time. Thank
Okay.
you.
We'll see you for a public hearing on October 8th.
Thanks very much.
All right.
See you then.
Thank you very much. Third item of new business, East First Street, Farragut Road, South Boston, widening and relocation, specific repairs on a set of petitions by the Massachusetts Port Authority.
What's the date of that? 3 weeks.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jerry Friedman from HDR Engineering, Inc. Kevin McQueenie with Massport Capital Programs. This is a refiling, so I'll kind of keep it brief. This is the Massport Conley Terminal Dedicated Freight Corridor Project in South Boston. The project involves a new freight corridor which takes upwards of several thousand trucks off of East First Street on the new private road. We here today for East First Street, which is being widened to accommodate angled parking requested by the community process and also a new buffer. The idea is that this Massport would convey to the city the new widened area for the parking as well as the new public sidewalk. We have withdrawn the refile due to some issues related to the Article 97 open space status of that. Those are now being worked through to the point where we wanted to file again, and if successful today with new business, we would like to come back on October 22nd, which is 2 meetings out, because we think things will be in good shape by then as far as Article 97.
Okay, Chung?
Thanks. My name is Chung Liu, and I'm the counsel for this board. And I received a draft legislation from my counterpart in Massport. We work as hard as possible to get that done, and hopefully to get a consensus when we file about that. We're just circulating the draft legislation to two departments for comments. Hopefully, we'll have a final draft soon. And that's it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, there's been quite a lot of work to get this in the shape it needs to be, but I think we're all set with all the drainage changes and everything else that needed to go on for East First Street, so we're all set with this.
Okay, as you said, October 22nd, so we'll see you in 5 weeks' time for a public hearing.
Oh, sorry, 5 weeks?
Yes.
Yes, I mean, ideally, we'd love to come back in 3 weeks, but I think that we know better. So,
That's fine.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Kevin. Fourth item of new business, 89 Broad Street, Battery March Street, Boston proper, projection license on a petition by Diamond Rock Boston Broad Street Owner LLC. Good morning.
Good morning. Members of the commission, my name is Paula Devereaux. I'm an attorney at Rubin and Rudman, and I'm here on behalf of the petitioner this morning. And with me are
Steve Vincent.
So you are with?
Owner's rep for Diamond Rock. I'm with the group SMMA Architects and Engineers.
Thank you.
And we're here on a petition to construct a new marquee for the hotel on Battery March Street and on Broad Street. And they're to replace the existing canopies and stanchions that were approved by this commission back in 1999. So, Steve, do you want to explain, show what we're doing?
Just for my edification, is this the hotel that also houses some of Northeastern's?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
Okay, so briefly, right now, there are really 2 entrances to the building, one on Broad, one on Battery March. Right now, you have a fabric awning, kind of a curved top canopy. It's light steel framing, and 2 brass stanchions that come down to the sidewalk right now on both entrances. And what we're proposing is a new steel canopy with a glass roof, not going down to the sidewalk, but tied back to the building with tension rods on both sides. In short, that's the design. The design also calls for the canopy to be held back 2 feet from the edge of the sidewalk. And underneath the canopy on Broad Street, it's over 14 feet clear to the sidewalk. On Battery March Street, it's over 11 feet clear to the sidewalk.
If Commissioner Moshe was here, he would be concerned about the drainage issues, the heat tracing that is on this canopy. Can you amplify your thoughts on what those might
So
be?
the intention is to have a glass roof, so you can still look up into the building. There's a lot of Art Deco detail in the building. Look up through the glass, you can see that old Art Deco detail. So the canopy itself will be horizontal. The glass will be pitching back toward the building. There'll be a large gutter right at the curtain wall, existing curtain wall of the building. The rain will then be taken, or snow melt will be taken into the building and down into the basement where it connects with the storm drain system.
And these plans have been reviewed by the Inspection Services Department?
We have had comment from Mr. Mosher, correct. He recommended that we be back 2 feet.
Are you also heat traced?
And we will heat trace the building, heat trace the drain, or in effect, have heating in there. The intent is actually to have a space heater right below the drain, so that may be enough to keep it, from
You need to,
You need to confirm with Gary and ISD that that's a sufficient
Okay.
for a heat tracing.
Yeah, we haven't gone, obviously, for the permit yet, so we can lay it out before that.
Well, you're gonna come back in 3 weeks for a public hearing, and hopefully at that
All right, so
time.
we can research it and answer the questions.
and the detail probably because this commission's concern is the icicles that are forming and taking my head off or giving me a bump. So there are inspection services department structural concerns, plus we are concerned about icicles forming. So this commission, when it votes, we want to make sure that the ice is properly melted at the right temperature so that it's not becoming a public safety concern.
Okay.
I'm all set.
Okay, will 3 weeks be enough time?
Yep.
Okay.
Be enough time.
Yeah, just follow up with Commissioner Mosher and his team at ISD and make sure that the heat tracing issue is identified. And we'll see you for a public hearing on October the 8th.
Great,
All
thank
right?
you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you, Ed. Yep.
Those flagpoles are,
The flagpoles are just going to move up.
do you know if they're permanent at all? Because you're gonna advertise them as part of this application. They're not already, I think they're already.
They were adding 99,
Okay, we can relocating.
just moving them up.
All right,
a
so
couple feet.
we'll put them as a part of this application so that they can cover it either way.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Fifth item of new business, 951 Bennington Street, East Boston, specific repairs on a petition by Delelio Management Company. Morning, Mr. Drago. How are you?
Thank you.
Good, thanks.
Chair, members of the board. Jeff Drago, 15 Broad Street in Boston. I'm here with Al Gala, the engineer for 951 Bennington Street, and Manny Tavares, the architect on the project. A little over a year ago, this project, which was an existing Dunkin' Donuts at 951 Bennington Street, was approved for a driveway. And what we were seeking from PIC was a shift of the curb cut and also the city median in the middle of the road. So I'd like to turn it over to Al to explain this a little bit in detail.
No, if you can you hear me well? Okay. This is our PIC plan. I think I could start with the site plan to explain how we arrived to our shift to the driveway. Currently, this is the building here, 951. Currently, the parking is laid out this fashion. Cars can come in through the existing curb. There's no parking adjacent to the building. This is the actual driveway in this area. So to lay out a drive-through, we start through here, lay it out this way. We also needed to provide parking. So for that, we post parking adjacent to the building. And that basically, these parking spaces are 18 feet long. By doing that, it shifted to shift the existing curb cut, which on this plan I highlighted it out in red here, and so I can fix it. So with the layout of the parking, this vicinity here, basically we propose to line up standard curbing, curbstone, and line it up with the future extension of the median, in a similar way that it's being built right now to straight shift. On this side, since we've gone in this direction, we also like to open it up. We actually make it slightly narrower than it is now, but cars can come in the side, much like the 953. The other detail I like to call out is there is the construction of the
So just for clarification, when I understand how to enter the drive-through, where do I exit the drive-through?
Use maybe the color.
So this is a little more colorful version. Drive through, so the cars line up, place the corner, and then around the exit.
Right turn only?
Right.
Okay.
So, in working with BTD, we worked extensively during the process, Commissioner, and this driveway here, the proposed shift exists the way it is, but right now, there's no access to this side drive, which is used as a trash receptacle area.
Okay.
Now that'll be a right turn only driveway exit.
Are there currently any streetlight poles on the median, or are the streetlights on Bennington Street on the curbsides? Will you have to relocate or take down a street lighting pole?
According to our survey, there's no
Okay. It looks very similar to the Dunkin' Donuts on Old Colony Ave in South Boston. Do you anticipate, and this might be a question for BTD, on Old Colony Avenue, you have people queuing. People coming into town are queuing in that old line. But when they exit the Dunkin' Donuts, you can go either way. I'm sure you've done the traffic studies.
Yeah, so we had Ralph Danisco from Nelson Nygaard provided the transportation study. He was the transportation expert on this. And we were working with Bob D'Amico from transportation pretty extensively on this to come up with the plan. So, and the neighbors as well. So
Okay.
They have the option.
Right. So upon exiting on that side, they have the option.
Maybe just a couple of thoughts. The specifications they are using for the driveway opening sidewalk, make sure that it is our commercial driveway standards, because this is going to experience a lot of traffic and it can deteriorate if it is our standard. Plus, on the specific repair plans, there's a notation just above the title block that says this is 951 Bennington, but if you can have the 951 Bennington a little bit more prominent, other than for the very minor note over there, so that we can, yes.
We'll haven't put it in the title block.
In the title block or within the plans, so that we know roughly where it is on Bennington. But that driveway
We'll
sidewalk
have
standard,
2 inches.
okay, or talk to Ashley or Sheriff.
He'll like 2 inches more.
Okay,
Cement
not
concrete. We will not allow wire mesh.
Okay, it looks good. 3 weeks be enough time? Sure. All right, great. We'll see you for a public hearing on October 8th. Thank you. Fifth item of new business, 604 Columbus Avenue, Northampton Street, Boston proper. Specific repairs, sidewalk cafe, on a set of petitions by Daryl's Corner Bar and Kitchen. Good morning, how are you? Good.
On behalf of Daryl Suttles, he apologizes for not making today's meeting. My name is Royal Smith. I'm the general manager at Daryl's Corner Bar and Kitchen.
My name is Paige Thompson. I am the project manager for this sidewalk cafe renovation. So we are actually also waiting for George Collins, our surveyor, with the plans. But just briefly wanted to say that we are...
Just a brief overview of the project before George gets here. Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
basically...
George is here often.
We would like to expand or add a sidewalk cafe to the restaurant. The restaurant is located at 604 Columbus Avenue, and the actual seating would be on the Northampton side. We have approvals from all of the utility companies, and we plan to expand the sidewalk and curb on the Northampton Street side of the restaurant.
So they have a specific repair on that side to widen the sidewalk. They've done some utility coordination to make sure that curb line doesn't fall on a gate valve. They've also gone to the Parks Department. There's a tree pit out there with no tree in it. They've been to the Parks Department and are relocating the tree farther into the bump out that they're creating. And
Street lights?
yeah. There is a street light that is on, that I think is shown on that plan. I don't think it's getting relocated.
But where might the conduits be? That alternative. So, just
They've been to street
They
lighting,
have.
yeah. And so they should be all set with that. The specific repair has gone through all utility coordination.
The current, you have a sort of a bump out. Are there metered parking over there right now?
It's not
So
metered,
today
no.
it's like that.
Yeah, it's not
And
metered.
you're losing at least a few parking spaces.
Two.
Right,
Two
it's two
parking
parking
spaces,
spaces
so-
and then their driveway, so it's really just taking this bump out to their
But the
driveway.
two parking spaces that are lost, are they metered parking? Is the city going to
No, they're
lose
not
revenue?
metered. It's 2-hour parking.
2 hour parking.
Yes.
We went quickly this morning, George. We got in front of you.
I just got the email at 9 o'clock.
Right.
Generally, yes.
Quite all right, quite all right.
Who owns the building that the
Daryl Suttles does own the building.
You own the whole building?
Daryl Suttles owns
Yeah,
it,
the
yes.
owner of the cafe owns the building too?
Yes.
Excellent food, by the way. I mean,
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Hi, George Collins, Boston Surrey. Sorry for being late, but just found out. Two plans. I've seen them both. One is for specific repairs. The other one is for the patio seating. This is the specific repair plan. And you see we are moving the edge stone, replace it, we remove the two parking spots, and we're moving it 5.6 feet out. And then we have a tree well, that right now the tree, there's no longer a tree there. We're replacing this tree well with a new planter here and putting a new tree in it. And to create this sidewalk cafe.
for the public hearing, do bring pictures of the area.
Sure.
Okay, so that the commission members can have a better understanding as to the before conditions and how this is all going to play out.
Okay.
Amy, the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services,
Has yet to comment, but they're pursuing them and ISD in the 2 weeks. And Ed had made a comment that he was going to reserve his comments for the new business hearing. So following up with him in these 3 weeks might be
the
beneficial.
sidewalk material, I don't remember, are they concrete or brick? It's all concrete in the area?
Yes, it's brick going to
Brick on
concrete.
Columbus, right?
Yeah, so how does it cover all the corner? Because there has been, remember all the fun we've had on the sidewalk cafes,
Yep.
even off Mass and this whole area. So,
Yeah, so it's just going to be the portion around the corner until it hits the driveway and then it'll
Then it'll
continue
be
the way that it
concrete.
always is.
Very good.
Then we got the second plan, sidewalk cafe plan. Once the specific repairs is approved, there's a proposal to create this area, sidewalk cafe, with 19 standard seats and 1 handicap seat, an area of 266 square feet.
Yeah, I've reviewed the plan. I've also been out there, and it fits right in, so should be good.
And I don't know if they spoke really, the area of the sidewalk that's brick and concrete will all be repaved as concrete. So the entire, so the new, pedestrian walkway, just total concrete.
Very good. Just some issues to tie up with the Transportation Department, Mr. Hesford's comments, but other than that, we'll see you in 3 weeks for our public hearing.
All right.
Thank you very much. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All in favor?